Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. And myself, Mohammed Anas. Uh, I hope I'm audible to you all. If I'm audible to you all, just drop a comment on a chat section, like yes, okay, so that I can make sure that I'm audible to you all. And this session will be really interactive. And if you have any doubt, any query, you can just drop on a chat section, or you can write your question on a question section. Uh, so let's start. Okay. अभी हम लोग इस सेशन में जो चीज़ डिस्कस करने वाले हैं वो है इमर्जिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज। मोर ओवर कोरोना वायरस को लेके जो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रखेंगे हम लोग, इस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू पे कि कोरोना वायरस को लेके अब आगे क्या टेक्नोलॉजीज आने वाली हैं, उसके लिए हमारे पास डॉक्टर बाबूलाल सर हैं। ही विल बी देयर विद अस वेरी सून। बिफोर हिज प्रेजेंटेशन, बिफोर ही जॉइंस विद अस, आई वुड लाइक टू प्रेजेंट स्मॉल प्रेजेंटेशन विद यू पीपल। ठीक है, जिसमें हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि एक ब्रॉड व्यू चीज़ों का। ठीक है, आपका इन द मीन टाइम जो भी प्रेजेंटेशन अभी चल रही है। ओके, सो समवन ड्रॉप्ड अ मैसेज इन सर इंग्लिश। ओके, सो डू यू वांट मी टू डू दिस इन इंग्लिश और हिंदी और बोथ? Just drop in a chat section so that I can understand whether what kind of audience we have. Okay, please drop in a chat section. You want English or Hindi or both? Both. Okay, so I'm getting answer like English, both. Okay, it's hard to decide yet. Okay, both English. Okay, it's not a big deal. We will just continue in English. The point of discussing regarding the languages to make sure that we have very interactive session. Okay, so yes, let's get started with this. I think you can see this presentation over here. So main topic is emerging technologies. Before going into the emerging technologies, we need to understand the broad uh, we need to have a broad understanding of the current scenario. Okay, so the world after the coronavirus, right now we are in a pandemic and coronavirus situation. So we are looking for the upcoming technologies that can help us grow our careers in a direction. Okay, so hello everyone. Even though we are living a difficult time, our future is still bright. So this is something that you need to keep in your mind. Okay, so even though we are right now in a difficult situation, our future will still be bright. How? We will look into the next slide. Okay, so in this webinar, what we are going to do is I'm going to give you a basic introduction of this webinar. Next, we will have a Babulal sir, and finally we will conclude this session. This session will be very fast. Just grab it, and you have any questions, you can drop on a question section. We will give you an opportunity to directly discuss with the Babulal sir. We will directly interact with you. Okay, so whatever your query is, you can just drop on a question section. Okay, so let's discuss it. Changes in the world, how some global topics are will evolve in time. Okay, we will look into some topics that are going to be change in that are going to change globally. Let's talk about technology. As we all know, nowadays we are working. We all of are working remotely, and we all are working remotely. We need some kind of technology to work remotely, like cloud capacity. Okay, if we don't have a desktop or a system or an internet connection, we cannot work remotely without good internet connection. Like this webinar is going on, you cannot attend this webinar without the internet connection and a system with you. So what all are the technologies that we require in this situation and in future, upcoming future? Okay, so we need good cloud capacity so that we can store lots and lots of data into the cloud. Okay, and we can work remotely, like we are sharing files right now. In future we may require a very massive amount of storing capacity if we are going full time remotely, like we are doing right now. Okay, but in future it is a possibility that we will be conducting our most of the meetings online. Okay, and all the schools will be running their classes online in most of the cases. So in that case we need a cloud system that holds a great content. Okay, like, so that you can work remotely very easily. Next, we have machine learning. So in machine learning, what tools we require? Okay, we need a powerful tools. We all know what machine learning is. Machine learning is it's a subset of artificial intelligence. It's something that enables a machine to learn, to adapt. Okay, how it works is, there are certain models. We have some programming languages. We have to program something, and according to the program, there is a model. We have to train a model or something like that, so that it can give you a desired output. So how machine learning will be playing a role, will be playing an important role in upcoming technologies, I'll discuss this. Okay. uh, let's take an example. Right now, in a pandemic, we are using a thermal vision, or a there are lots and lots of projects going on, which are used to detect people, those who are wearing masks or those who are not wearing masks. So this is a big concern, and this is going to be a big concern in future, whether people are wearing masks or not. So we need cameras that can process the image and identify whether the person entering in a room wearing a mask or wearing gloves or not. Okay. People those who are entering in a medical hospitals or somewhere. Okay. So next is virtual experience. We all know virtual VR. What VR is, like, we have VR goggles. We can view the videos or something. We can play video games using VR. What in future it's going to be, it's like, it's more like we are going to work, we are going to do our work via virtual experience or virtual reality. Okay. It is going to be very helpful in the future. uh, Virtual reality will enables you to work remotely, and it will give you the experience of like you are working live. Okay. So cloud capacity and desktop computers. Okay, that are going to be really helpful in future, because these technologies enables you to work remotely and gives you the more power to analyze, or like machine learning, you can identify the objects, you can distinguish the object, you can detect something, you can recognize the faces, and xyz. Now we have discussed technologies. Now we have Steve Jobs with us. We all know this great person. He once said that it's not faith in technology, it's not faith in technology, it's faith in people. Okay, so we need to understand this quote. What is the main concern with this line is, it is good to hold technologies, but it is more important uh, that we believe in people, that we can do it. Only if I'll not be so confident that like I cannot conduct this webinar or something, or I don't know how to just speak up with you in front of you people or something like that. So it would be very difficult to just continue this session. Okay. So what we need is, we need to train our people to do better. Okay. uh, to adapt the upcoming scenario. How we can do is becoming a future fit. Okay. How we can become a future fit? There are few things we can become a future fit. Like, if you have agility and resilience, you have design thinking ability, you have emotional intelligence, you have problem solving, you will be a future fit person. Okay. If you have agility and resilience, agility enables you to adapt the change. Agility says, if I'm a person, if I'm working on a drone technology right now, and sooner or later, some in near future, you just assume that after some time there will be another technology. In 5 years or 4 years, there will be some different technologies. Like, recently we are using drones. If we look 5 years back, there was no drones, nothing like that. And there were drones, but they were not be such effective that we can use in some scenarios. Okay, in some work. So right now we are having drones which are working, but 5 years back, no one think of the jobs that will be that will emerge due to this drone technology, which is pilot job. Okay. Drone engineers job, and xyz. Okay. So in future, there will be such jobs will be created that we have not predicted yet. So we have to prepare ourselves to adapt the change. Okay. This is very important. We have to prepare ourselves to adapt this change. Whatever the change is coming, we have to adapt it very fast. Okay. uh, Similarly, we have design thinking. We have to think very in a dynamic way. Okay, now let's discuss about the economic impact. uh, Recession, there are many recession, there are many companies, and there are many employees those who are losing their jobs. The mindset of the people, it's very important to have a great mindset. Trends, okay. There are trends going on, so I'll just fast forward it because we have to continue with the Babulal sir. He will be discussing everything in brief. Let's try connecting Babulal sir. Okay, those who are having any question related to whatever I'm discussing, just drop in a comment section, or you might have some topics to discuss directly with the Babulal sir. So drop in a question section, write in a question section. When he will connect, we will give you opportunity to discuss with him, and he will answer your question directly. Okay, so you can just put up your question here. Okay, let's discuss about the healthcare. uh, there are digital technologies, home testing, telemedicals. So using technologies like AI, chatbots, voice search, or VR. Okay, digital tech is in healthcare. We are using artificial intelligence in I have told you, we are using cameras and sensors to analyze the temperature of a body, like thermal vision or something, to process the data and to analyze the temperature of the body. Similarly, these technologies will help in medical industry, like virtual reality. Doctors can doctors can treat the patient remotely. Okay, doctors can treat the patient remotely uh, in an effective manner in future if we are using the VR technologies and AI technologies by using some robots and all. These things are also going on in some countries like US, China, and even in India, in Bangalore, there are some robots that are working in restaurants, in hospitals, in this situation. So, in future, there will be more jobs and more opportunities in robotics, in automation, in IoT, in virtual reality, in augmented reality, and these all are the things that we have to get prepared for. Okay, if we are prepared for VR, AR, and AI, we can we can adopt the future jobs. 10 years back, there were no job like AI engineer. There were no job like data scientist. Data science is something that is going to change, that is changing everything. Like, we can collect massive amount of data, like we are getting live update of the corona patients and affected corona patients, the patients those who have recovered. Okay, so these all are things are because of the data science. We are collecting the huge amount of data from multiple sources. We are cleaning it, we are analyzing it, and we are doing some processes through it. After that, we can take some insights out of it, so that we can predict something, or we can we can take our immediate decision on the basis of that data set, which is currently going on. Okay, if you people have any question, any doubt, you can just put up on your comment section. Those who have joined recently, I'm repeating for those people. Okay, if you want to discuss something with me, you can just drop some message. Next, yes, let's talk about drones. Drones are impactful. We at Elite SPM making drones, working with drones, and there are many companies in India, in Delhi, in some of my friends' companies, those who are working in this pandemic using drones, and they are, really working hard to fight this coronavirus using drone technology. Recently, one of my friend company, they are working on in drone industry, and it's in Greater Noida. So they are, mapping the whole hospital, taking the survey of a area, whether what is going on in a particular area. They can monitor it. Or drones are using in surveying, surveillance, or broadcast. What kind of broadcast it is? They are taking a big drones and attaching a loudspeaker to it, and wireless loudspeaker, and they are flying it away. It is used to control the crowd. If people are gathering on a certain particular location, we can just do announcement so that they can leave the place immediately. Okay. Similarly, we are using drones in spraying purpose. For spraying purpose, we are using drones. Drone having a massive capacity of holding, 5 liters, 10 liters, 20 liters. even 30 liters of tank of sanitizer and spray it in an effective manner. If we are using some face recognition or some algorithms with a high end cameras, we can specifically spray on a particular location where we want to uh, uh, like area of our interest. Like let's take an example. uh, if there is a street and there is a possibility of having if let's take an example, like there is an area, and in that area there's a possibility of having a coronavirus in a particular house. So this drone can spray there very effectively. Like most of the sanitizer will not get waste in spraying around it. It can specifically spray on a target location. Okay. And it can do the job very fast. If you are taking an hour to spray a certain location, drone can do it very fast if we program a mission or so. Okay. So this is all, and most importantly, we are also using it in delivery. If someone having question related to drone, you can just directly chat with me. You can just drop a comment. I'll just answer you right now or something. Okay. So drones are something that are using in delivery purpose. Like we are delivering medical equipments. Like there are many cities in many countries those who are using it in a medical industry, as well as India is taking initiative to adopt this technologies. There are many companies those who are working on it in a medical segment as well, specifically. So if we are specifically looking at drones, in that drone technology we have multiple opportunities. Not only a one opportunity like making a drone, there are multiple opportunities. Number one opportunity is uh, like flying a drone pilot job. It's getting really very famous right nowadays. Pilot jobs with a good salary. You can just have a starting salary of 25,000 per month or 30,000 per month for a fresher if you are joining a good company or something. Okay. And you can there is a job in drone engineers job. Okay. So who all people can get into this industry? Let me tell you, people from any background, I repeat, people from any background can join this industry and work in this industry very well. How? The drone is consist of multiple parts, and the parts are, some of the parts are from mechanical background, some of the parts are from electronics, some electricals. And it's more like a semblance of technology. As Babulal sir always say, a product is a semblance of technology. So I'm just repeating his words. So drone is a semblance of multiple technology. So people from multiple background can get into this technology. Okay, I think you're getting my point. What I'm trying to say. It's not restricted with a specific field. If you are from IT, you can do this, or if you are from mechanical, you can do this. If you are from electronics, you can do it. You can be from any background and you can get into this industry. You can join any company. You can even start your own some startup or so, like for a specific services. Like if you want to give service for spraying. Okay. I think we have question. Someone said it's mostly electronics. Yes, electronics is a but electronics is a there is a major part in drone that is covered by electronics, but there's something like programming. Okay, if you are a high end programmer, you can design a GIS, ground control station, GCS. Okay, GCS helps us enable control the drone or program a drone, or to monitor a whole mission that is going on using drone. We are deploying drones using mission planners or something. They are called ground control station, GCS. So making a GCS is a job of a CS engineer, is an IT engineer. So CS and IT person can get into a drone industry by developing such softwares that are going to be work on a drone industry. Okay. So that's what my concern is. There are multiple opportunities in a single topic. Similarly, if you are looking into the VR AR technologies, there are many people who are getting into it. The problem with the people is they think they are restricted or bound to a particular industry that they have got their education. Like if someone is a mechanical engineer, he thinks that I'm a mechanical engineer, I cannot work in a drone industry. You can work in a drone industry, but it's not like that. You are going into a from mechanical engineer to a machine learning. This is something 180-degree sweep, because some people think that mechanical engineers do the job of machine learning. Machine learning is something really very different. Okay. I think it's getting long. I just have to fast forward it. Next we will discuss online education. as I'm delivering this session, it's a part of an education system. Like I'm delivering something, some valuable content to you people. So you are grasping it. It's using some technologies, online learning platforms. This technology that we are using is a Zoho platform. Similarly, we have multiple n number of platforms. What opportunities we are going to have in future is handling these kind of softwares. There will be a specific people, those who are going to operate this software, because right now I'm using the software and it's very convenient for me to use. If let's take an example. If a 50 or 60 years old some professor want to use some these technologies, he will hesitate in initial stage. So what we need people who are specific in these kind of tasks, like specialize in operating these kind of softwares, or managing these kind of integrated platforms. Okay, so there are jobs in that stream as well, developing some kind of applications and softwares to enable online education, to help to promote online education. 5G technology, Babulal sir will discuss on 5G technology in a brief. I'll not get into it. Okay, 5G technology is going to change everything. He will tell you in brief. Okay, so this is all about education. Changes in ourselves. There will be many changes that is going to take place in ourselves. There will be more sanitizer available in public space. There will be some habits that we are going to adopt. Yes, Babulal sir.
Yeah.
Yes, you are audible very well now. Please speak.
And what about the video part?
Sir, video is not enabled right now. Mr. Zain is working on that. Soon we will be giving the video permission also.
Okay.
Please continue with the audio.
So, good afternoon, friends.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm Dr. Babulal. Uh, NS has shared many things about the emerging technologies which are going to come. And what I really wanted to share based on my experience. You know, the technology is always disruptive in nature. I'm not able to really interact with you, so not getting your feedbacks. But many of you might have seen a film by the name Naya Daur. So, how many of you have seen Naya Daur?
Okay, those who have
And
seen the Naya Daur, just drop in a comment section so that I'll
uh,
let Babulal sir know. Okay, sir, few of them have.
few of them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
Naya Daur, what happens? There is a village and there is a factory, and mostly it is being done by the manual labor. And the owner of the factory brings new machinery. And the moment that the workers get the news that a new machinery is come, there is a lot of excitement. People feel that this will ease our work. And finally, the machinery arrives, and then the owner says, since this machine is quite automatic, so we will not be requiring so many people. So most of the people get retrenched, and the people feel the pain of the retrenchment. And when it comes to who will operate the machine, then again they say the people from the city will be brought to operate the machine. So that is the power of disruption of the technology. If people are not prepared, then this technology can be very, very painful also. But this is only the negative part of the technology. But if we see the positive part of the technology, it has got immense potential and the benefit. And it can benefit those who are really prepared. And I tell you, friends, in the past also, to arrive at technology, it definitely have a time period. So those who can see well ahead of others, and it is not only the seeing, but what is more important is that you must prepare yourself to reap the benefit of the technology. So one learning from this small story is that we must develop foresight, prepare ourselves for the impending technologies. And technologies affect positively and the negative. So developing foresight is very, very important. Now let's just move further in the same Nayador. The second lot of the people are operating tongas, horse-driven carriage to transport people from a railway station to the village. And then suddenly the owner brings bus into the picture. So people are so excited, and rather they are in fact as if a thunderbolt has hit them, and in no time you will find the people who used to travel from the Tonga, they switched to the bus, and again a massive retrenchment. So technology, do a lot of cleaning part, but cleaning part for those who are not prepared. And now the rate of change of technology is beyond imagination. In fact, I had beautiful slides to show you how this technology, particularly in the telecom sector, in 1900, if you see, the entire London used to be driven by these Tongas, and then they had analog technologies. And the exchanges used to have a lot of ladies who used to operate manually. And then came your 1G, 2G, and 3G. You know that a HD film download takes 26 hours in 3G technology. And can you imagine how much time it will take in 5G technology? It will take just 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
So
That's
that
great.
is the power of amplification. So what is going to happen with this kind of changes? This will bring the entire change the way we work. And the latency of this technology is so low that even the robots, the operations can be remotely performed. So it will create many, many new job opportunities, but again for those who are prepared. And I tell you, my dear friends, preparation takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Say somebody has told you that these are the new technologies coming, and you know something about those technologies. It's not really going to help. First, you have to understand the implication of the technology, how it is going to impact you as an individual or as a business. And for that, in today's time, one has to continuously be learning, upgrading himself. There is no one-stop solution that you have learned something, you have done your degree, and then you can rest in peace. In fact, I have seen people, a friend of mine who retired at the board level in the railway board, and now he's heading DMRC as the chief of their learning and development. He has done 2 certification courses being conducted by Tata's. These are free courses. So lifelong learning is one of the essential requirement of today's times. You cannot sit back, and you have to learn to interpret the data, and for that you must know a lot of tools. And the tools, when I talk, you must be very data savvy. So people must have knowledge of Excel, and if you are an advanced user, then you must have knowledge of R. Python has got beautiful libraries, so you must understand those libraries, how those libraries can be made use. Then mm, there are many host of other tools available. So data crunching is very, very important. And then there are tools for handling big data. And how do you get insights out of these data is one of the essential requirement of today's times. The third requirement is, as he was telling, the drone technology is coming. We as a startup, we are also working a lot on this drone technology. So the drone technology will be used on many fronts. And one of the front is that it may operate as a drone taxi also. So it may even disrupt your existing land-based taxi systems. Then drone is used in surveillance. Drone is used for spraying chemicals in the agriculture, and now here in this current pandemic it can be used. So this is one area, and these are the most commonly tagged area, and everybody knows and everybody talks. But that is just a very tip of the iceberg. The technology change is happening everywhere. Say in the area of agriculture, you can do smart farming, controlled farming. In the area of warehousing, you can do again smart warehousing. Industries, when you talk of, then robotics is going to play a major role. Industries will be smart, so industry 4.0 is again opening huge opportunity. And these are only few buzzwords, but there is a serious work behind these technology, and one has to work very hard to master these technologies. They don't happen overnight. So one must have the willingness to learn things. So for success, there are three important parts which are there. One is knowledge, skill, and the third is the attitude. So attitude is very important. So this attitude one has to develop. And how do you develop this attitude? You develop this attitude by training your mind on a continuous basis, and one must always be positive. This technology has always helped the mankind, and only very few people who have not prepared themselves in line with the changing technology, only they are badly affected. Otherwise it opens huge opportunity. And I tell you, even on the internet, there are so many people, even from the remote areas, they are creating the blogs, video blogs, YouTube channels. Now practically everybody has a YouTube channel, and these YouTube channels provide you a lot of revenue opportunity, learning opportunity, and showcasing your capabilities. And once this 5G technology is in place, then 24 by 7 you can work on multiple platforms. You can be a consultant, you can be a trainer, you can be a developer. So people who are really open to the opportunities, there is no dearth of the opportunity. And for that, one has to showcase his capabilities, one has to market himself, market his work, he has to collaborate. So the moment people come to know that yes, you have got these kind of set of technologies, then people will approach you. And then there are many free platforms available on the internet, just like freelance. You can register yourself, giving your key portfolios of your capabilities. Then people will approach you. You can bid on these platforms. So work is be definitely assured. Then in the area of material sciences, again a lot of work is happening. Nanotechnology, in terms of your mobility area, that is transportation, there is going to be an entire shift in electric transportation. So people who are really interested in that field, but the people who have not really changed themselves, I have been regularly interacting with so many people, students particularly, and I used to tell them, since you are anyway mechanical engineer, but now the internal combustion engines will not be finding that demand growth. So you develop your capabilities in the e-mobility area. So the moment somebody talks of e-mobility means definitely a mechanical structure is required. Then you definitely require a prime mover to move. So in space of industrial that is internal combustion engine, you will be using the BLDC motors. So one has to have uh, little knowledge of how electrical motors work and how these motors can be integrated. Then to control these motors, one has to have some knowledge of the controllers. But for any large scale project, one has to have a team. So essential characteristic of today's times is that you must have developed the capability to work in teams. So
Teamwork.
teamwork is very, very important. Uh, this Covey, he has Stephen Covey. He has brought out a beautiful book, and he highlights uh, 7 traits of a successful person. And one of the trait is proactivity, and another is how do you collaborate with people. So he defines the people in at 3 levels. One is dependent, then independent, and the final portion is interdependent. So people who depend on others, others depend on him. So these traits can definitely take you at a higher platform. If you are self-centered, you don't talk people, you don't discuss with people, then definitely you will be at a disadvantageous position. So develop certain capabilities in terms of collaboration with people. So collaborative skills are very, very essential. So attitude part is very, very important. Knowledge, skill, and attitude. So develop the softer aspect of yourself, and then how to make a big picture out of the small things happening. So I define this as a funnel approach. So you keep a big funnel, and you pour in a lot of water, it gets concentrated. Similarly, if you might have seen in antennas, there is a big reflector, and then all these signals get connected, and then these are processed. So that's how you make a big picture out of the small dots, and then they give the insights which are the areas which are going to be progressing in future, and what are the areas which will diminish. So these small patterns, you must really in a position to decipher. So that deciphering capability is again very, very important. Then anything done without a direction does not help. So one must have a direction. And how do you develop direction? Again, from this big picture chart. And until unless this direction is followed by a solid execution plan, no result is going to happen. Just like, in Gita, it says, wherever there is Lord Krishna and Arjuna, there will be order, there will be victory. So the strategy and execution must go hand in hand. They are the two sides of a coin. So if these two things are there, then your success is assured. Nobody can stop you. But my dear friends, my submission to you all is that there is no shortcut. One has to work very hard. And when I was there in BHEL, we were exposed to a beautiful training, and the name of the training was Visionary Leaders for Manufacturing, VLFM. And most of the faculties were from the Japan, and the chief program director was Professor Soji Shiba. And this program, the entire focus was on the mindset change. So it was a mindset change program. And the 3M he used to explain was, if you are in a production, so most of the time people say, I'm a production man, I'm a mechanical man, so I must concentrate only in this area. And what is happening in the design, what is happening in the R&D, what is happening on the marketing, what is happening on the supply chain, this is not my job. And not only at junior level, even at the senior level, people are in the compartments. So this compartmentalized approach really does not help you to understand the whole picture. So one must understand a whole picture. And how do you understand this whole picture? When you see beyond the obvious, see beyond your normal work. If you are highly focused in the current, then you will not get to know what kind of waves are reaching and going to affect you in what way. So one must have an eye for the future or the foresight, and current eye must be there on the present. So in our VLFM program, we used to were given a jacket, and on that, there was an emblem of Buddha, and three symbols were there. So one symbol was denoting a straight line horizontal. So that picture was basically for control or constancy. So one has to have a constancy of purpose. Then there was another symbol that was a staircase kind of thing. So that was representing incremental change. And the third symbol was breakthrough. There was a steep rise. There was a graph shown with a steep rise. So in our life also, we have to have three dimensions of work. One is current, in whatever we are doing, we must do it at the best. Then on continuous basis, we must keep on improving. But at the same time, we must look forward for breakthrough solution, either in the existing technology or existing way of doing work, or by embracing new technologies. Just like in the story Naya Daur, people embraced motor, that is bus. So immediately there was pain points for someone, but then it drastically improved the life of commuters, the overall economic benefit to the society, and the person who really introduced this. So transition is always painful, but then people who are really prepared, it is said God only help them who help themselves. And how do we help ourselves? When we are prepared for the change. So my submission to all of you will be that be digitally savvy, and simply savvy does not really going to help you. You have to master some of the skills. Be good at programming skills, be good at data skills, and look beyond your normal current, because any change happening anywhere. See, I am a great disciple of Professor Michael Porter. So in industry, if you are analyzing the competitiveness of an industry, then you have to see who are all the new entrants, what are the new substitute products, because these are the substitute products, they hit you the most, very hard. For example, the conventional cars run by your internal combustion engines, they will be practically displaced by electrical vehicles. Then a lot of work is happening on the autonomous vehicles. So the moment once these autonomous vehicles come, then you know that driving habits and everything will change, and this machine to machine communication and this 5G will really enable this, because of low latency of the 5G. In fact, today only, because of some configuration issues, I was not able to talk to you live. Otherwise, this technology is quite robust, and we have conducted many webinars on many platforms. There is a platform by Microsoft by the name Team. Then there is a Zoom, very very popular platform, and very easy to operate. So that is again a platform. So teleworking, teleconferencing, telelearning, telemedicine, even managing factories across the globe, agriculture, now it will be, once this hydroponics comes in the play, then even agriculture can be grown in your basements. So see, entire opportunities are going to be there, and people will be working in the remote area. So once you start working from the remote, the socializing part, though now we are talking of social distancing, but human being is a social human being. So social part is very, very important. And how can you improve this engagement? It is through communication. So continuously interact with your people on phone, on chat. So your social link is always alive. With the result, you will be able to get knowledge. You will be able to get um, business. So socialization is very, very important, and these platforms, these digital platforms offer great opportunity. And once this virtual reality, augmented reality, all these aspects are brought into the products and processes, then we will be working more efficiently. And these product will be basically, they will be more human like. And
Sir,
Anas was telling, this artificial intelligence, already, in many of the product, it has started coming, but the level of artificial intelligence in product will be of a much higher scale. So
yes, sir.
I think, Anas, how much time I have got to?
Sir, we are getting question from people. Like we have a question
Yeah,
from Jafar, Mr. Jafar,
yeah.
and the question is how 5G how 5G is going to change the electrical field. Should I repeat the
See,
question?
electrical field ka matlab, now people are talking of smart grids. Already, the earlier lot of small grids, regional grids used to be there. Now, India as a whole, we are working on one grid. And the moment there is a one grid, so anything happens with the grid. So there are chances of destabilization also. But with this current technologies, the grid stability has almost been, uh, I must not use the word perfected, but yes, it is almost assured. Even when we were lighting the lamps and all those things, the people were worried whether how it will impact the grid, but then we successfully managed the grid. So the grid will be entirely connected. So the moment 5G and all these kind of technologies will happen, then your smart metering, then see, nobody will be required to go to your houses to collect that is readings. So that will be practically gone. In fact, that can happen even with the current technologies. So the 5G will bring these kind of changes. That is, the society will be more connected, and machine to machine communication will be of a much higher order. Video transmission bandwidth will be very, very high. So electricity is basically, the conventional method of electric generation will definitely be the same. Earlier we used to generate from your thermal. So thermal will be the base load, and then there will be photovoltaics, PV based electricity, then electricity from your sea will be there, then hydro will be there. So there will be a mix of electricity, but the focus will be towards more clean energy. And here 5G will be only a enabling technology in the electrical sector. Then there will be electricity from fuel cells, again a clean technology. And the demand of electricity will be there, reason being most of the vehicles which are driven by fossil fuels, they will give way to your electrical energy. So your cars will be storing also, and giving back to the grid also, and they will be fully integrated with your solar. So that is going to be the landscape. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have another question from Anas Ali,
Hmm.
and the question is, I think the question is visible on the screen. If so, please answer. Should I
I think you
dictate it?
read it. That will be,
Yes, sir.
because I am not
Uh,
able to see.
Question is, sir, please tell me about the scope of electronics and instrumentation in the future, and what about its IoT and lab view applications?
I think, to my mind, there will be a huge opportunity. Opportunity wise, because this is one field that offers great opportunity, and there will be many softwares, including the lab view. So that lab view is going to be providing huge opportunity. So people
Great.
must work on sensors, instruments, IoTs again, it is connecting all the instruments, things. And now, in fact, people are calling it Internet of Threat also. So the moment Internet of Threat happens, so what is going to happen is it is going to create a lot of job opportunity in the area of cyber security. So cyber security is going to be a huge job opportunity besides the in IoT or IIoT, or people also call it Industry 4.0. Yes.
Yes, sir. Uh, Answer is clear. I hope the answer is clear to you. And yes, we have another question.
Hmm.
Uh, and the question is, sir, there are opportunities, but our education system is not upgraded.
I think you
Another
you
question.
are very right, but I tell you, my dear friend, that the college should be taken only to the extent that it clears, that is, it prepares you to understand complex things. See, in 3 years, you are not expected to be really mastering the technology. Rather, that period must be utilized to develop your mind holistically. So people who are really expecting कि college will make you industry ready, then I think personally I have got a different of opinion. Those 3 years or 4 years are practically to develop your mind, to understand the diverse things. So you see, you read so many things in the college, you are taught so many things, but during that period one must prepare himself. And today you people are so lucky that there is a YouTube, there are tutorials, then there are people who are conducting webinars, workshops, so you attend those workshops. And even in the colleges now, companies like IBM, companies like AutoCAD, companies like your Nvidia, and so many other companies, they have created their own laboratories, workshops. So you go and by your own extra efforts you have to develop. See, friend, people like Zuckerberg, people like Microsoft, Bill Gates, or so many other people, they have not been exposed to great engineering degrees, but they have created companies which are even beyond imagination. So college, I think, doing a good job, but one must make good use of the time. See, you are lucky to have so many friends who are around you. Discuss with them, positively work on some social problem, because the moment you start working on a problem, it creates opportunity. So there is a problem, problem gets converted into opportunity. You solve that, and then it becomes a business. So don't depend only on the college. College only is a facilitator, and to that extent, you must thank your parents and the college that yes, you are getting time to read, to experiment, to explore. Yes.
Yes, sir. We have another question.
Mm.
And the question is from Mr. Pervez.
Mm.
Sir, there is a debate going on
Mm.
effects of 5G technology with respect to the health hazard as it emits radio frequency, electromagnetic field, RF, EMF, and that has been proven to be harmful for the human and environment. Will it suitable?
Uh, I tell you, friend, in fact, I had a slide in my presentation. Ki how many countries are working in the 5G area? So you will find the US, UK, Hong Kong, China, and all the European countries, all the big companies, countries. They are much far ahead of us, and their 5G networks are already fully functional. We in India, I think we'll take another 2 years to really have some areas where 5G will be available. So whenever a new technology comes, when the computers were introduced first time in the banking, so there was so much of halla gulla that it will take away the jobs. This will do like this. People will go without work, and employment will be worse affected. But today, you can imagine the IT is one of the biggest job provider. And once these kind of technologies, be it robotics, be it so many, see, it is opening a plethora of opportunities, and all these opportunities will come only to those who are ready. So even people have tested, and nothing adverse have been found out. And even if something happens, then there are groups, there are governments. So governments are there to take care of this. So I don't think we must too much worry about this. Whenever a new technology comes, then there are pressure groups, who create these kind of things. But broadly, we must welcome technology, because nuclear, it has got its own hazard, its own issues. But in spite of that, people are working on the nuclear. It provides you electricity and other benefits also. So every technology has got certain advantage and disadvantage, but 5G offers much more advantage than this thing, and it has not been really proved. Otherwise, no country is going to bring this technology in their own, and all these are advanced countries. Yes.
Uh, Sir, we have another
Uh,
question from Akhil, and the question is, when will quantum computers arrive approximately?
I,
This is a
I
sarcastic question,
think
I think.
you are very, very fortunate, that at least you have started thinking of quantum computers. And the quantum
Yes.
computers is, I think, it is going to be a reality, and very soon. Now, people have already developed prototype models of quantum computers. IBM is working heavily on that, and there are many other countries, and even government of India is, I think, spending about 7,000-8,000 crores of rupees over a period of 4-5 years. So a lot of work is happening, and this will be a path-breaking kind of work, because it will increase the speed. See, so far we have been following Moore's law. So Moore's law says ki every 2-3 years it doubles, So, and then one reaches the limit. But then this we will just practically Moore's law will be invalidated. So quantum computer is going to be a reality, and at the same time, the so many crypto, that is RCA, and so many keys we have developed to protect our data. So once these quantum computers come, so whatever people generally used to feel that yes, we are having very safe, secured passwords, they can be cracked in no time. So there will be many, many opportunities. So people who are really interested in quantum computers and who are studious, then I'll suggest you must pursue this line and do your post graduation programs and PhD. So there will be vacancies for the researchers. There will be vacancies for the professors. Then there will be vacancies for hobbyists also. So I think this is going to open good opportunity. That's how I feel. Yes.
Yes, sir. Uh, Sir, you have just enlightened us with your knowledge. The great words that you have. I think we have another question. No, he's saying thank you. Okay.
Mm.
So if anyone is having a question, just drop on a comment section. We are going to conclude this session very
Yeah.
soon. And sir,
Acha,
would
Anas,
you like to?
what I
Yes, sir.
suggest is ki you share my email ID and even the mobile number with them. So
Sure, sir. I'll
anytime
just
they have got any doubt or any clarification, or they want any help in terms of mentorship or any hand holding, I'm always available. There is no problem at all. I love young leaders who are going to be the future of this country, and they are the resource of this country. So anyone who is really with them, he is doing a great service to the country, and that's my belief. So you are always welcome 24/7 anytime. My number, my email, you can send me through WhatsApp, you can send me through email, you can directly contact me for your project, or even your any personal counseling in terms of, say, you may be having anxieties, because now this is a say, it is good to talk big things, but when it comes to implementation, then it is very painful. Even writing a simple code, it takes a lot of time. Sometimes you will forget comma, sometimes a right format is not there. When you start compiling the code, so many problems. Similarly, if you are a hardware kind of person, even soldering a PCB, it is a painful exercise. If you are a welder, I have personally experienced, and Anas will be knowing. I was trying to weld a piece of iron, and my eyes got damaged, and this happened at the age of
Yes,
61
sir.
years. So I have got a lot of patience and interest, but actually implementation is the real test. It is good to talk on seminars, it is good to talk on webinars, but then actual is practice. So practice makes a man perfect, and you are most welcome any part of the country, anywhere. You can always bank upon me. ठीक है?
Sir, we have another
हाँ.
question. We have another question. With the question is, there's a person who is having a cybersecurity company,
Hmm.
and he has developed some kind of hardware tools for hacking and something,
हाँ.
and he want to have GMT strategy, how to get into the market with the product, and he's confused related to this. He wants some suggestion.
See, I was telling even during my talk itself, कि make yourself visible, because the moment people get to know that yes, you have got that expertise, then they will approach. So one is that
Yes,
various
sir.
forums are there, various on the digital platform. You reach out to those forums. Similarly, there are people in various cyber security. There are center of excellence in the area of cyber security. In fact, yesterday itself, we launched a center of excellence on cyber security, and um, General Lieutenant General Pant inaugurated the Center of Excellence in IET through a digital platform. And similarly, there are Center of Excellence in Hyderabad. So total 13, 14 Center of Excellence working in the area of cyber security. Then there is a SETS India. So develop your relationship with these kind of people. So the moment you are in that kind of society, one thing is that you learn, and you also know what are the opportunities which are coming. Then there are companies, they may be having problem, then there are individuals, they are having a problem, and develop your network. Singular person cannot do everything. So build your team around this concept of people who are like minded, who are really willing to work with you. So it is all about building team, and always
Yes, sir.
think in terms of win-win kind of thing. See, if you become too greedy, then also team doesn't work. If you become too liberal, then also things don't go the way they should go. So one has to strike a balance. But I tell you, a lot of opportunities are there. Keep on writing papers, develop your blog, develop your video blog, develop your channel, and keep on sending. In my presentation on, I was just to say, कि you market yourself. So जो कहते हैं ना, दिखता है वही बिकता है. को दिखाना है अपनी कैपेबिलिटी को. मार्केटिंग इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ब्रांडिंग इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. केवल टेक्नोलॉजी अलोन इज ओनली स्मॉल कंपोनेंट, बट बाकी की सारी चीज मिला के तो बहुत बड़ा चीज होनी है. और जब सारी चीजें होती हैं, then only you get a vibrating business. Similar capability cannot take you anywhere. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have another question. The question is, sir, can electricity become wireless or approximate to ideal condition through machine learning?
देखो, machine learning and all these things are basically one must understand what is hype and what is the reality. Machine learning and all these things are, there is a set of algorithms, mathematical or this thing. But when comes electricity, means electricity can be transmitted wirelessly. Definitely it can be transmitted wirelessly. whatever signal I am speaking and you are getting, it is wireless communication only. But the quantum of electricity is too small. And now
Yes,
there
sir.
are chargers, you put your mobile and then it will be charged in no time without contact, wire contact. So a lot of work is happening, but still lot need to be done. People are excited about this particular field, but I think it will take a lot of time to become a commercial viability. And AI and all these things, they have got a limited role. It cannot be panacea of every problem. So,
Yes, sir.
correct.
I think we don't have any more questions. So, Mr. Zain is with us. Do you have
Hello.
control?
Am I
I
audible?
thank all the participants, organizers for
Yes.
organizing this this webinar. But I really couldn't interact the way I wanted to interact. But again, it was something good in this COVID time when there are anxiety, there are uncertainty. My submission is be hopeful, be positive. Uh, all these problems,
Sir, we have a
there are solutions, and we will come. Will have a bright future ahead. Prepare yourself continuously in these times, and be in touch with your network. Okay. Yes, and thank you, Anas. Thank
sir,
you,
I think
Jen, and all other people who are working behind the scene to make this session.
So there is a question from
Bolo.
Prakash, uh, and the question is just let me raise a question again. That we at Cyber Chennai-based company creating a developing hacking so hardware and hardware tools, but how to get into market? Bit confusing. So it is a question regarding GMT strategies. Like he is looking for getting GMT strategies to go into the market. So if you can help him to get the answer delivered, so please
See,
give
as
your
I was
words.
telling yesterday only, that Lieutenant Pant, he said ki hardware is one area where this cyber security aspect should be taken care at the very early stage in the design stage itself. Because a lot of focus is there on the software security. But how to make your hardware more secured, and particularly when this IoT and these kind of edge computing devices will come in the network, then what will happen is this Internet of Things is going to be a sort of Internet of threats. So hardware security is very, very important. And the general suggestion to him is that market yourself, brand yourself, and you get any chance to work with anybody, work even at lesser money. Uh, In first go, you cannot make huge money. So with that, I think you will be able to, and you can always talk to me on my mobile or mail. So I'll connect you with some people who are working in this area. Okay. So once I understand his product and his approach, so definitely I can help him out,
Okay.
suggest him how it
Yes, sir.
can be done.
So there is one more question, and this should be the last
No issues.
question. Okay. So thanks everyone for being in here. And this is the, I'm really sorry for this, having this, inappropriate networks and some glitches in the backend team, because sir is going to be live with all of us. Like I am here and Mohammad Anas is here with us. So this is a kind of a bitch glitch from the backend server. We can't help that. So I think the session is good for you guys and it is insightful. And if
Acha,
anyone has any question,
hello, Jan bhai.
yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please
Please go ahead.
carry out a poll. How our
yes, sir.
session useful and what?
Sir, we did it.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
So can you share?
Yes, sir. There is a 4.6 rating
Can you
out
share?
of 5. We got 4.6 rating out of 5.
Okay, one is the rating,
For-
but how useful was the session?
Yes, sir.
Quickly carry out
Sir,
what was the useful, and what more was expected, so that in next sessions we can plan those kind of things. So let's quickly take a quick feedback in terms of what they would have expected more, either through the chat. They can give it in the chat.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
we can create another poll for the for this
quick poll, so
feedback.
that it will help us and help the participants also understand.
Sure, Shubham. We will have another sessions too in a pipeline, and definitely we have going to be conducting another sessions and sending you the recordings of the previous sessions as well. So the point is that Anas is raising a poll. Meanwhile, I just want to ask that if there's something which you want to conclude, or is there anything which any
I
audience,
want
is
to
there
add
anything
this,
which they want
it
to
is two-way
give
learning.
us their insights, like what we have to do? Because see, this is not a session we only have to come and join and just get something which from the mentors like Babulal sir, but this is a time we have to look forward and we have to make changes by collaborating the things. So if anyone is doing something, some work on a project or something like that, so they can communicate with us and they can get connections with us, so that things will improve and come into the real life. So with this, I would like to conclude the session. I have already, just messaging text, so that you guys can follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn profile, and get any question answerable. If not in this session, but yes, if you have a question, any doubt, we have a team of mentors. We have our company working on different segments. Like we have education sector, we are working on it, and drone technology specifically we are working on it. Aligarh Muslim University mein, we did a workshop, and currently it is on pending in the Women's Polytechnic as well. So we are looking forward as soon as the COVID ends. So we are doing lots of we have in a pipeline like workshops and training programs. So is there any question or anything you want to ask? Please give us your comments and join us on this platform. Okay, guys, thank you. I think the time is much we have taken from you guys. It's
Thank you
5:16
very
now.
much, sir. Babulal,
Okay,
thank you for being
and
with
I
us.
would like to thanks Babulal sir for connecting with us. And sir, sorry, very very sorry for all the interruptions that is from the back end, because everything from our side is 100% right, but there are still some lags in our technical
This is
sessions.
age of disruption, so these
So
disruptions are bound to happen, and we must develop this capability of resiliency.
exactly,
Resilient,
sir.
and under every circumstances we have to perform. So that is
Yes,
from
Yes,
yes,
this
sir.
even slight glitch.
yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much, sir.
Very nice.
Guys, there is a good opportunity for you guys. Like after this session, you will be receiving a certificate, inshallah. And as soon as you receive certificate, this is my request to please give us a review on Google. Just type in the elitespm.com and you will get a section of reviewing. So it is for us to motivate and get ourselves recognizable कि हम लोग जो कर रहे हैं, what we are doing in this COVID and in this pandemic. So we are trying to engage people and we are trying to get outputs more informative, more communicatable, and how things are going to change in the future market. So this is all we are looking forward for. I'm just writing my the company profile so that you can just go and Google review it.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you in our next session very soon. Hopefully.
It will be going to on your emails, like every time we did a session we have recorded, and we will definitely showing to the audience.
Okay. Now we can just end this. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there any questions?
Thank you. No.
Okay, thank you.